Okay. Hello, everyone. Very good evening and welcome to the new members who are joining the first time. Uh, Today, I will share my learning which I have got through one of the autography that I was reading. So this guy, he had done his schooling in Hindi medium school, and then he started his journey of the higher study in one of the Delhi Engineering College, and where he did his engineering. But the first thing I would like to share here is this photography taught me so many lessons. I think I will able to add the value in your life as well. So, so this guy, when once he done with his schooling, he did in Hindi medium, and when he moved to for his higher education in college, then there one day he was asked by his teacher, by his sorry professor, uh, the question in English, and he was scared because his education was done in Hindi. So I think most of us have experienced, and the people who are not from English, who haven't done their schooling in English medium, they can very well relate here that most of the time people think that if they don't know English, it is a blocker for them to get a success in a life. So guys, but this is only a myth, and I think Vijay had covered in so many sessions that he had conducted that key communicator is not the one who knows only the specific language. It is where whatever language that you speak in, if you are able to connect with people, then you are known to be a good communicator. So this is one of the so this guy, when he was asked by his teacher that the question in English, he was not able to respond it. So what he started sitting at the last bench. Earlier he used to sit at the front bench. So because he was getting scared, so what he started skipping his classes as well. So he started spending some time in the libraries, and there he come across some books, and he started reading some success story where he got motivated, and this only not improved his English as well, because he was reading those success stories, as well as his mindset also got changed to be to how to be a successful in the life. So this is one of the learning, I would say, where this book club is also comes into picture, where people are negative about so many things, they don't know how to implement the things, and they get the demotivations. But the books that we will give you here to read, that will really keep your mindset in a positive way. So once he started his journey, so these books that he was reading over there and the success story eventually made him to take a decision that he would be his own boss. So what he started in his free time, he started learning the coding language as well. So where there he started his entrepreneur journey. So with one of his friend in 1997, he launched his first website, which is indiasite.com. I think most of the people who have already read some autography, they would come to know that the guy that I'm talking about. So so after 2 years, that site was also got the deal happened with the US company, and they bought it, that website, with the $1 million. So so after that, he started his another venture where he put the invested some money with his two close friends, and in one of the small rented apartment, he started his own company, where he launched another website. That site name was 197.com. So this was a second guess. I think if still you are not able to recollect the guy that I'm talking about, then the next set, which I will say, you will definitely come to know what I'm talking about. Any guesses here?
Yes, Paytm.
Bhushan. Yeah. So that's the right guess, Bhushan. Yes, this is Vijay Shekhar Sharma, who is the founder of Paytm. So from there he started his journey with his two friends. But as Vijay say, entrepreneur is not the one who has only seen the spike in the career, right? You have to go through the roller coaster journey where you will see the ups and downs as well. So the same life experience that Vijay Shekhar also had to gone through. And uh, his uh, his business was going down. And later what happened, his partners, the co-owners, they also give up and they quit. But he was the only one who did not quit on his goal and his mindset and the target that he had. And he continued from there, and he had to give I would say the salaries to his staff by taking a loan from his relatives and friends. So eventually in 2004, he got one person who actually gave him a loan where he gets some good cash flows. And that time this smartphone was coming into picture. And he the one idea actually clicked in his mind that why can't I do something for the smartphone users where they can leverage this platform somewhere. So what he started giving the facility of online recharge. And though there was other competitors as well, but the technology, the platform that he was giving, that was so simple that he attracted lots of customers. And eventually the rest is history. So later he introduced so many other things like Paytm wallet, the recharge system. What the lab actually learned from this are one. The first one is your language is not a barrier in your success. When you are confident, you have done your education, stop giving the excuse that I was not able to succeed. Another one is the entrepreneur. It is easy to start the entrepreneur journey, but it is really hard and needs commitment to be on that journey and to become a successful entrepreneur. I think many people who start their own ventures and the people who have dreamed to be an entrepreneur. So I would say the Shankar Sharma, he had his mind that actually he didn't able to give up. But there are so many people across the world who eventually give up within 1 year or 2 years in this book club is giving, the PM session is giving to so many people who have a dream of becoming entrepreneur. So that is tremendous. I think we all should leverage. And I think new people, they are in a they are at the right place, who are having such kind of dreams. So that's it from my side, Kiran.
Amazing, Charanjit. I think I saw the excitement from your side. It was so bubbling up. The whole story was superly amazing because Vijay Shankar Sharma is an inspiration to a lot of entrepreneurs. And definitely the best part, if you can really learn and persist, then anything is possible in life. Amazingly shared, Charanjit. Thank you so much. Finally, you got the chance to speak, and I'm so happy about it. Great. So we'll move to the next speaker then, Lalita ji. Lalita ji, I think एक second मैं आपको spotlight करता हूँ. हाँ, go ahead, Lalita ji.
किरण जी, वीडियो बार बार स्टॉप हो रहा है, इन नेटवर्क इशू है. अगर
आप
बीच
वीडियो
में
ऑफ करके बात कीजिए, चलेगा.
ओके ओके. हेलो एवरीवन, एज यू नो आई एम ललिता एंड आज मैं अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करूंगी किड्स बुक क्लब का. सो बिफोर शेयरिंग एनीथिंग, आई वांट टू say thank you to Vijay ji and Kiran ji, because I want to do something in my life for society, but I don't know what I can do. But after attending PIM and book club, I got an amazing idea that what I can do. Okay, तो मुझे पहले लगता था कि मेरे पास sufficient money नहीं है, तो how can I do any help for society. बट बाद में जब मुझे ऐसा फील हुआ कि लाइफ तो बहुत शॉर्ट है और मैं अगर इसका वेट करूंगी कि मेरे पास में बहुत सारे मनीज हो तो तब जाके मैं किसी की हेल्प करूं, तो मुझे नहीं पता ना कि लाइफ कब तक होगी मेरी, तो मैं वेट नहीं कर सकती थी। फिर मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि अब मैं क्या करूं, मतलब अंदर कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा था कि कुछ तो करना है सोसाइटी के लिए। फिर हुआ क्या, सडन एक दिन मैं एक स्पिरिचुअल बुक पढ़ रही थी, उसमें लिखा हुआ था कि जरूरी नहीं कि आपके पास मनी नहीं है तो आप किसी की हेल्प नहीं कर सकते हो, आप किसी भी तरीके से किसी की हेल्प कर सकते हो। आपके पास टाइम है, टाइम से हेल्प कर सकते हो, नॉलेज है, नॉलेज से हेल्प कर सकते हो। टाइम, मनी, नॉलेज, ये तीनों में से कोई भी एक चीज है तो आप किसी की हेल्प कर सकते हो। तो मुझे लगा कि नाउ आई एम एलिजिबल टू हेल्प टू एनीवन। तो क्या हुआ कि जब मैंने बुक क्लब में देखा कि हम एल्डर्स को एम्पावर कर रहे हैं, एल्डर्स को का नॉलेज इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे इतने लोग इतनी सारी लर्निंग्स ले रहे हैं, तो मेरे माइंड में एक आइडिया आया कि जैसे जब प्लांट छोटा होता है तो जब हम उसको राइट सॉइल, राइट एनवायरनमेंट, राइट न्यूट्रिएंट्स देते हैं ना, तो वो बहुत अच्छे से ग्रो करता है एंड बड़ा होकर के एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ट्री बनता है जिसको कोई भी हिला भी नहीं सकता, इतना ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाता है वो, किसी भी प्रॉब्लम से वो फाइट कर सकता है। तो मुझे लगा कि अगर हम एल्डर्स को, ठीक है, बुक क्लब से बेसिकली, और जब मैंने विजय जी को देखा कि कितने अच्छे से पीपल एम्पावरमेंट का वर्क कर रहे हैं, वो उनका पैशन था, मेरा भी ऐसा ही कुछ था, बट मैं एलिजिबल नहीं थी, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि मेरे पास मनी नहीं है तो आई कांट डू एनीथिंग। तो फिर ये आइडिया के साथ में, इस विजन के साथ में मैं एक छोटा सा प्लेटफॉर्म स्टार्ट की विद द हेल्प ऑफ किरण जी। तो बाद में फिर धीरे धीरे बहुत अच्छा फीडबैक आया पेरेंट्स से और से, तब मुझे ऐसा लगा बाद में कि माई लाइफ इज गेटिंग मीनिंगफुल। बट अब मैं बहुत हैप्पी हूँ, जो भी टाइम मैं स्पेंड कर रही हूँ 2 आवर्स, मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि मेरा टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं सोसाइटी के लिए, किसी अच्छे काम के लिए अपना टाइम स्पेंड कर रही हूँ और अपना नॉलेज शेयर कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि कहते हैं ना कि नॉलेज अगर शेयर करो तो वो इंक्रीज ही होता है, ऑब्वियस सी बात है। तो सेम मुझे भी ऐसा ही फील होता है और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है इन सब चीजों में। So that is that I wanted to share, Kiran. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Lalita ji. I think you're an inspiration to lot of women जिनको लगता है कि यार हम कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे, but yeah, एक desire हो और एक support system हो तो फिर तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. Amazingly done. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Great. So we'll move to the next speaker then. एक second, who will be the next speaker? Raja, you want to go next? Raja Ram?
I can go.
Yep, I'll spotlight you. Go ahead, Raja. I think Raja, you can also introduce while you are speaking.
Okay. Good. So the time limit is 3 minutes, so I will introduce. Good evening, everyone, and nice to see you all, and hope you're all doing fine. This is my second book reading session. I've been invited by Kiran. Of course, my friend he introduced, but Kiran is one who is always mentoring, and we discuss a lot. So thanks, Kiran, for your time. So today, what I was thinking is I'm making an attempt to summarize the session on decision making, taking an example of my case. So the last session was a big eye opener for me, because I was able to reflect upon the decision which I had taken a few years back, that I had to forego my passion of becoming a trainer, coach, or a mentor. I wanted to become a motivational speaker, but I had to forego that and then decided to continue in my corporate world. So, we all have goals in life, and we take a decision of either pursuing it or we give it up. But Vijay, last session, he touched upon beautifully on few aspects, which I would like to, take you through, and which would guide us that we can take us, and we'll be able to take a good decision effectively. So the first was that he asked that, do you have the clarity of the goal we want to achieve? That was the first one aspect. The second aspect was how human operate on the stimulus of pain and pleasure. That is understanding the pain and pleasure attached to our habits, which we normally don't want to get rid of. And we normally take up decision based on those habits. And the last one was the most important, but I would say is the penalty the penalty we pay for the goals which are not met. So these aspects. So what I thought was, let me go through these questions and I reflect back my decision what I had taken. So what was the first question which Vijay asked was, what are the goals you want to achieve? Well, I wanted to be a trainer, motivator, motivation speaker, etc. That's very clear. The second question was, he told that, is your goal specific? Absolutely no. My goal was not at all specific. I just wanted to be a speaker, trainer, but I was not very clear. He just suggests there one point, that here we have to be very specific so that we're able to chase the dream or the goal, what you're looking at. The third one was the question of the pain and pleasure, the human stimulus I was talking about. This is like, what is the pain and pleasure you are deriving from the current position? Well, I was in corporate. I was enjoying that pleasure of certainty, end of the month, having a salary, corporate status, and I had, the weekends too. But that was the pleasure I was going through, and the pain of foregoing that. I never wanted to do that. I don't want to forego. That was the pain. I don't want to go. So then this is the decision what I took, that and I stayed back in the corporate world. So that is the pain and pressure what I was talking about, which made me take the decision to be back in the corporate world. And the fourth point was the eye opener, was the penalty. Yeah, he said, what is the penalty are we paying for the goals not met? My dear friends, I am now a lifelong slave. That's what he clearly mentioned, Vijay, that when you are in the corporate world, you become a lifelong slave. And the most important part was that I was not able to feel the sense of contribution, what I'm not feeling. So that is what I'm missing, just because I had to forego my goal and the decision of making because of pain and pleasure. So to summarize, I would say, if you have this aspects, what Vijay mentioned about the 4 aspects, I would say the question, the clarity of the goal was the first one. The second was the pain and pleasure, if you're able to connect it and understand how it operates with us. And the most important point is the penalty. What is the penalty you would be paying for not taking care of your dreams or not able to pursue? I hope I'm able to make a justice to summarize. Thank you so much, Kiran. Bye.
Amazing, Raja. I think so crisp, so clear, and summarized also the points. Raja, I think you're already a motivational speaker. You should keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Thank you
really
so much.
helps.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Amazingly spoken, Raja. Really, really good. I really enjoyed, because I remember you were talking to me over the call and we were discussing, but the way it has come out, it is 100% much better than what we have spoken that time. It's too good, Raja.
Because it was a genuine story which I would like to bring, because how much the dreams or the goals, because of the pain and pleasure, we lose a lot on things. Correct. And that really stuck me. And so I thought, let me share this with everyone. Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Raja.
Thanks.
Great.
I'm sorry to butt in. Kiran, can I just interrupt for 1 second, please?
Yeah, sure.
Because I really, firstly, thank you, Raja, for sharing. And I really liked what you said. As Kiran summarized, it was really crisp, clear, amazing. You are already a very good orator. We can see that. There was only one thing that I want to comment on. You talked in kind of past tense, saying I had to forego my goal because I didn't make that decision, or it wasn't clear at the time, or whatever. I don't think it's still late. You still can pursue your dream now. So I don't know why you had to use past tense there. I think you can still do that, and we all would agree here. So yeah, please do.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nikita, for that. Is the past tense what I used was, this is the second session. I hope because of attending these book sessions and being in this community, maybe the passion would come back and I start doing it. And then I have to, negotiate between my pain and pleasure. So yeah, let me see that. My pain should be, or the pain of losing that dream, if it is stronger, I think so I should be able to make it. Thank you so much for this. Really wonderful. Thanks for motivation. Yeah, thanks. I will take it with me and work on this. Thanks a lot.
So don't worry, everyone, because if you stay with PM for at least 1 year, that fire will be anyway burning, so you can't avoid it. You have to anyway pursue the fire. Nobody can escape. If you just take a decision to just stay with us for a year, definitely it'll happen automatically. So wonderfully covered, Raja. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
so
sharing.
much. Thanks.
Great.
Bye.
So before we bring the next speakers, I'll just bring all new people who have just joined with us. Just quickly, you can share your name, profession, who invited you, and where do you locate. So who is new with us today? Who has joined for the first time? I think Gagan was new, if I remember correctly. Kaushik is new. So guys, you can unmute yourself one by one and quickly share your name. Gagan, you can do in case you're hearing me. Kaushik, you as well.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Gagan and currently I'm doing my bachelor's from NIT Jalandhar in biotechnology, and I'm invited here by Mr. Ravi Nivas Pathak, and I'm here to learn something new and to improve my connections. So thank you everyone.
Amazing. Thank you, Gagan, for your introduction. Quickly,
Thank you,
anyone else? Kush is there. I think Kaushik, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Kaushik. I'm basically from Bangalore. Now I'm located in Belgium, following a doctoral program here in Belgium. And parallelly, we have a business in Bangalore. So I'm here to connect with new people and learn new things. So I was invited by Kiran.
Thank you,
Thank
Kaushik.
you.
Thank you so much. In fact, one good thing about Kaushik is I realized that Kaushik's full name is Kaushik Bangalore. That was pretty interesting for me. Connected with pretty unique, Kaushik. Thank you. Great. Kush, you want to introduce yourself quickly? Kush, I think Kush, we have missed your introduction in case you're hearing. Anyone else? Tushar, I think Tushar, even you have joined for the first time, right? In case you can hear me, just you can quickly unmute yourself and introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. This is Tushar Ketan. So actually, I stay in Bangalore as well, Whitefield area, and I was shared the invite by Bhushan. So he invited me to this. So I think so far what I've heard, it's pretty good, and I think it's very encouraging for everyone to go through such session and eventually means like.
So we can move to the next speaker. I hope I've not missed anyone. In case I've missed, do message me. I'll again bring you back so that you can introduce to the team as well. Okay. So we'll go to the next speaker. So let me call Bhushan himself then. So Bhushan, you want to go next? I'll spotlight you. Where is Bhushan? Bhushan Gira. So
Hello.
People who don't know Bhushan, we call Bhushan the Iron Man. Go ahead, Bhushan.
Okay. Thank you, Kiran. So yes, myself Bhushan, and working as a software engineer in Bangalore. Okay, and I'm also upcoming coach in PIM. Definitely, that is my power of spoken word. So today's my topic is a spoken word actually. Okay, so what is actually power of spoken word? Most of time, we don't believe what happened if I will speak, right? 90% people don't believe, but I have read and listened to so many successful people, and they never speak negative. That's why they think positive and they do positive, and that's why they have become successful. But from like we are coming from middle class family, and through childhood, since childhood we our mind is programmed actually कि ये नहीं कर सकते, ये नहीं कर सकते, तुम ऐसे हो, तुम वैसे हो, and we started believing on that. So word has so much power, and it is connected to the spiritually. I can't explain that one, but when we speak, right? Starting it will look like fooling, but when we speak, our mind is started believing on that, and what we believe same, our action will do same, actually will do same. What it cannot, we cannot do different action whatever we are not believing. Okay, so what we believe, same thing we do. So that is the power spoken word. For example, let's say you're coming back from office and you feel you're feeling tired. You're then child started speaking. You're feeling tired. your wife started, your parents started, and you really मैं tired हो ही गया हूँ actually. That is true, but it's not 100%. So it is like we have radio, right? The radio is different frequency, 93.2, 93.5, and world is also has a negative and positive, both. Okay, it is depends on us in which frequency our radio is connecting. So that is the power of spoken word. So I implement book one talk to yourself, and I started thinking on that. And 1 year I'm practicing. Actually, the most important affirmation. Okay, our day start. We start telling. Okay, today is the stress day. I am so much tired. This project is killing me. The manager is killing me, and that same thing. It will repeat daily and daily, like daily, and is also like that one. Okay, so I started practicing on that, and I daily I write. I have more my own copy. That copy I tell notebook. I say that copy is a diamond copy actually. Gold notebook. And I daily start when I start my day started. I write. Thanks God for new wonderful day in my life. Thanks God for making my day wonderful, effective, happiness, excited at my work. And so many things. Whatever goal I have in future, I realize and visualize in present. So whatever you want, speak on that only. Don't speak whatever you don't have. कैसे कि अरे यार I am not that good. मैं तो middle class हूँ, मैं तो गरीब ही हूँ, and that thing we are on that. Okay, so first so start believing, start speaking what you want. Don't speak what you don't want, and most important thing is affirmation. Thanks to everything, whatever you have, then you start believing, and you'll get to know I have so much, rather than cursing to the things. Okay, so that is thing I wanted to share actually. So spoken word is the very powerful. Only thing is like we have to start speak, and in starting you will feel like foolish, but slowly it will change your life. It has changed my life as well. So thank you very much, Kiran. That's what I wanted to share. Hope it is added some value.
Amazing, Bhushan. It is really a eye-opener topic, because this is one of the most important topic. If you're feeling that your confidence is low, start acting towards it, and automatically confidence become high. I think Vijay once told me, Kiran, run hard and try to think anything negative. Just try it out. Sprint or run hard and try to think in negative. It's not possible. You cannot. And that is a beauty. So amazingly shared, Bhushan. Thank you so much. So we'll quickly go to the next speaker. I think Rohit, you're online. You can go ahead quickly.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening. Myself Rohit, and I'm working for a telecom company, one of the top telecom company in Bangalore, and I'm having 5 years of corporate experience. So I joined the book club long ago. I think in April or May by Bhushan and team. Basically, Bhushan invited me, so I learned lots of things. So my topic today is the same, the things that has been I've been learning with PIM and book club, and before and after, what I have learned and what I have implemented, where I have implemented those learnings. Okay, so I wanted to summarize those learning into 3 points. Okay, so there could be multiple points, but broad way I would say, like, there are 3 things that has given me lots of boost in my career, in my personal life. So one thing I will say is that it has increased my awareness. Okay, so if I say awareness, it means I now know lots of things, like which book to refer, which things to apply in your life, and how expert think success what is the real meaning of success. If I say success, so for some people it may be earning money, it may be earning respect, lots of things. So in PIM, I came to know that success means balancing of the wheel of life, right? So we have lots of things around the wheel. We need to balance those things. We need to give time to each of these, attributes. Like we can give 1 year, 2 year to our relationship, and to money, to health, and all those things. So all these things I have learned. So overall, it has increased my awareness about the subject. Okay. Second thing, it has given me that it has boosted my public speaking. So Kiran knows this very well. Like when I joined, I was not that much confidence as I'm now. And even though I was hosting events in my office and in my school also very long ago, I was doing those things. I was not that much confident, right? But once I came to book club and I was speaking in front of lots of stranger people, I don't know them. Like I hardly know 4 or 5 people here, but now I know more people. But at that time, I was not knowing most of the people, right? So I was very much, stressed, like what people think. So I came to know this amazing thing. Like someone said in one of the book club, like if some people are agree with you or some people are not agreeing with you, there definitely will be some people who will agree with you, right? So that line, that this sentence gave me lots of confidence, right? यार कुछ लोग तो हैं जो मेरे साथ agree करेंगे, बस मुझे उनकी चिंता है, मुझे और किसी से मतलब ही नहीं है, right? So those kind of things boosted, right? So if you know this thing, right? People are listening to you, they're agreeing with you. That's it. You don't need anything else, right? You don't focus on the negative things, right? So this has given me boost. My public speaking is now better than before, and I hope that it will continue. And third thing, that this PIM sessions and book club sessions, they have given me a framework. So if I say framework, it means like if you attend a PIM session, like Vijay ji talk about lots of things. In last session, he talked about decision making. So we have lots of confusion in our life when it comes to decision making, right? So when someone who is having real knowledge of the life and real experience, and who has implemented those techniques in his life, if he tells you those things, yaar aap isko karo, you do this thing, these are proven things, now you have some framework, right? Previously you were confused whether to do this, whether to follow this book's advice, whether to follow my parents advice or my friends advice. Like there are lots of things, right, in your mind, and you're like, समझ नहीं आ रहा है, मतलब किसको follow करूं यार, सभी सही बोल रहे हैं, ये भी सही लग रहा है ना? But the thing is that person who is very close to you will more or more more correct to you, right? Correct or not, it doesn't matter. आपकी मम्मी या पापा को कुछ बोलेंगे, वो लगेगा सही बोल रहे हैं, मेरे लिए सही बोल रहे हैं. They may be technically wrong, their intentions are not wrong. What I'm saying is that उनके intention सही है, but they may be technically wrong, right? तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि बुक क्लब में और PM सेशन में when Vijay is telling something, that means it is directly coming from John Maxwell, right? And it is having lots of experience. They are having lots of experience, right? So they are giving you those knowledge, those frameworks to apply in your life. And those things, I will say, they have given me tremendous insight, tremendous knowledge and boost of my confidence, that I can apply those things without even thinking twice, because they're proven techniques, right? So this is all I will say. And apart from this, there are lots of things. I have got to know lots of good friends, Kiran, Bhushan, and there are lots of things, Karthik Sahana, which inspire people. So this is basically addition. Apart from that, there could be lots of things I can say. So time is very limited. So I will just switch to Kiran. Thank you, Kiran, for giving me this opportunity. Over to you.
Amazing, Rohit. The best part I loved it is that you shared all of your excitement in just 3 minutes. मतलब time के साथ पता भी नहीं चला भाग रहे हो. Normally you shared, and one of the biggest art of communicating is speaking in time. And amazingly covered, Rohit. Really glad to have you here, man. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Kiran.
So
Yeah.
we'll go to the next speaker. I think this speaker has a very interesting topic. Vijay initially covered 15 laws of growth, and this speaker is covering different laws. Today he has got another interesting law. So Girija, you can take the stage and share your learnings as well. I'll quickly spotlight.
Thanks, Kiran. So, Raja Janak from Ramayana. He had a very big palace and very big empire. One night, he had a very deep sleep, guarded by his personal bodyguards from all the 4 directions. Suddenly, the bodyguard alerted him that there is attack from all the 4 directions by different kings to his kingdom. And he had no time to think what to do. Attack means you have to react, right? So he alarmed his own armies to prevent the attack, or at least prevent from any losses, and he deployed all his armies. But in the battle, he lost most of his armies, and he was a bit devastated. What to do, right? He was seeing the defeat, and which was not anticipated, right? But suddenly, uh, his personal shoulders woke him up. King, what are you saying? What you are thinking? He woke up from his sleep and to realize that it was just a dream. He wondered, what is the truth? The attack is the truth, or my current sleeping is the truth? So, which is the real truth? He couldn't decide at that moment of time, right? So next day, Durvasa Muni came to his palace. So he asked him, what is the truth? I am really able to uh, digest the truth till now, though it happened in the midnight. And Durvasa Muni said, so neither the current life is your truth or the dream that you saw is the truth. Both are false. Only truth is you, what you are currently, and what you want to become in the future. So here comes the law of rubber band. So from where you are currently, that is the only truth in your life that you are living, and the future form that you want to see for yourself, and that is the future truth for you. And the gap between them is the tension, just like a rubber. So whenever it is not stretched, it is in the current form, and whenever it is stretched, it reaches to its potential. So your future truth is your potential. The lesser is the gap, the more ideal is your life, and the more is the gap, the more potential you have for growing. And PIM is one of these platforms where you can get all the benefits to reach, or get all the guidance to reach to your potential. So what are the different why we need such what are the mindset and the techniques to reach your potential? Let me just share some of the learnings from John Maxwell's book. So as I summarize, the growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. That's the law of the rubber band. What is the mindset of the tension or the benefits of having a gap? So first, you remember the acronym FISCAL. F stands for few. Only one third of people are intentional about growing. So one third of people stop reading after they started 10th, and one third of people stop reading after they graduate. So the remaining is only one third people which we need to compete with. I is, it should be the mind, the tension should be from inside out. Remember, if the egg is broken from outside, it won't sustain, right? If it is broken from inside, it will convert into chicken, right? So it should be from inside out always. So whenever you might have a lot of dreams, a lot of plans, but if you don't have any reason to start from inside, then it will never happen. So look out for reasons inside. S is status quo to significance. Whenever you are in comfort zone, it will lead to mediocrity. But if you want to be reaching into a potential, then only it will lead to a life of significance. So if you want, so just remember, from indifference to make a difference, you need to put some effort. C is change is required. Yes. How you need to apply the change? Take some calculated risk, which will increase your depth and range of experience. Learn from it and do it iteratively. A is apart. So there are people who deliver what is expected. So to be different or apart from others, you need to over deliver a bit. So most of you are in the corporate world, right? So over deliver what is not expected out of you. L is lifestyle. So sometimes it happens that once you reach some of your goals, you will become complacent and the success will derail you. So regularly upgrade your goals so that you will not be derailed. So these are the mindsets of the attention that you have, and how to apply in real life. There are just 3 points that we'll just cover in next 15 seconds. So assess areas of life, like the different fields of life, from health and career goal set and family goal set. Assess different areas, where rate yourself where you are currently, then you'll get where is the gap, and you can fill those gaps. And I set intermediate range goals. Don't set too low goals which is very easily achievable, or don't set high-fi goals we will never achieve, right? Set some achievable intermediate goals. And D is dream big for your life goals and divide those goals into small parts, which you'll achieve in different years, like different time frames is comfortable for you. For some people, it is monthly, for some it is quarterly or yearly or 10 yearly. So that way you break those and achieve those and measure those. So that's the whole story of the law of the rubber band. And keep studying and keep growing, and the only way we will grow is by just measuring and seeing the gap and filling it up. Thank you.
Amazing, Girija, amazing. Really, really, the concept was super concentrated. I hope we have grasped the points which Girija shared, fiscal and aid. I think acronym I'll remember, and this will really help me to track my growth as well. Amazingly covered. Thank you so much, Girija. So we'll quickly move to the next speaker. I think this speaker is I think pretty special because she lives in the UK and the timeline there is completely different. So for us, it is more of ending day. For it's daytime, but she took her time to prioritize her own growth as well. So I'll give the stage to Nikita. Nikita, if you're online, I'll just spotlight you. Perfect.
You can hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, hi. Thanks, Kiran, firstly, and hi, I'm Nikita. I'm going to summarize last Saturday's PIM session in just under 3 minutes. So, okay, let me share my screen. I think that might be helpful. Right, there we go. Okay, so Vijay talked about 6 steps of making a decision. And, whoops, there we go. Okay, so the 6 steps of making a decision. Now, step 1 is set clear goals. If you can't see your target, it's like shooting in the dark. So no matter how much effort you put in, your chance of success is very slim. Step 2 is SMART targets. Once you have determined the target, make sure it's clear and measurable and time-bound as well. Just like a dartboard, you will be able to measure the outcome of your effort, just like the rings of the dartboard then. So step 3, think of the pain involved in taking action. What are the sacrifices you need to make in order to achieve your target? Well, for me, it is less time on Netflix and more time for my business. So I had to think of that. Step 4 is list down the pleasures that you're currently enjoying, which is preventing you from taking action. Again, for me, it was Netflix. And think of how you can substitute this pleasure by another one. For if you decide to eliminate the pleasure altogether, that could lead to an emotional and mental burnout. Step 5 is think of what is the penalty of procrastination. What happens if you procrastinate? For me, it is having to work a 9-to-5 job at the age of 65 and not being able to travel, and that's not something I fancy. Step 6, visualize the pain of procrastination. So when I think of myself working at the age of 65, it scares me and it motivates me to act now. So I don't have to do that at 65. So to summarize, set clear and measurable goals. Visualize what happens when you achieve your goals and let that be your motivator. Visualize what happens if you don't achieve your goals and let that act as a dragon chasing you to achieve your goals. Well, from my personal experience, let me stop sharing. Okay, so from my personal experience, I had known the value of setting clear and SMART goals. But the most valuable takeaway from last Saturday for me personally was understanding and honestly reflecting upon the current pleasures that are keeping me away from my goals and the anticipated pain as well that is leading to procrastination. So once I honestly reflected upon that, that helped me move on. And a lot of motivational speakers talk about visualizing success, but Vijay talked about visualizing the penalty of procrastination. And I think that was really important for me. For me, visualizing myself at the age of 65, working in my current job is absolutely scary. So hence, for me, that's a great motivator. So, well, thank you. That's all from me. And thanks for listening. I hope that was okay.
This is amazing, Nikita. As usual, I'm sure the kind of video which she has made, I think that the tool we use is Doodly or Toonly. Because I've been working with Vijay and editing his stuff. It really takes effort. I know the kind of effort it takes. First, it takes around 1 hour of time. मुझे तो personally 1 घंटा लगा वो सोचने में creatively में what kind of images I'll be putting for that points and how I will create a storyline. That takes an effort. Again, if you don't know the tool, learning the tool again takes an effort. And just to present for 3 minutes, a lot of background tasks that shows how committed and serious she is for the goal. So amazingly covered, Nikita. Really happy to see you sharing your learnings. Great going. Keep it up. Shalom.
Thanks.
Great. So we'll move to the next speaker then. Saurabh, you're online. Saurabh, if Saurabh is there.
Yeah, I'm online.
Good, Saurabh. In case you have a better connection, you can switch on the video.
Yeah. I was just working, so I just switched off the video.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope I'm audible.
Yep, clear.
Hi, so good evening, everyone. I'm Saurabh, and today I would like to share my experience from the book, What You Say When You Talk to Yourself, Part 2, Answers. So the last time when we talked about finding a better way to accomplish our goals, what we want in life, and what we can do to live to our full potential. And we thought how it can be possible. So this indeed is possible because we ourselves have a very powerful tool with us that can help us to achieve what we want. So what happens often in our life, we have come across motivation seminars. We have learned so much motivational books, self-help books, and we have navigated through other resources on YouTube that such as the motivational videos and such things that gives us a hope, a motivation, a power to just accomplish more and to start working on the changes that we want in ourselves. But what happens after some time working on our motivation, we stop and our motivation suddenly fades away. So what happens? Why is this motivation not lasting with us? What is working against us? Well, this is happening because we are forcing our brain to do something that it is not programmed to do. And it is a main borderline between our success and failure because we fail to understand how our brain works. On an average, by the age of 18, we listen around 148,000 times a no from our near and dear ones, from our family, from our friends that you cannot do this, this is not meant for you, out of a care, love, or anything for you. But that no is programmed in our mind in such a way that whenever a new task or new thing comes to us, we first think negatively. So the crux is we have to program our brain in such a way that it should not reflect to the negative side. It should infuse positivity and it should suppress negativity. If we think about the negative side, then nothing would work. It will always not work for us. So we have to fix our mental programming from negativity to positivity. And the answer lies in rewiring our brain to take control of our day-to-day verbal process by simply believing that we can do it and we can achieve it. So that is what I would like to share. Thank you.
Wow, I'm so happy listening to Saurabh because I clearly, vividly remember how Saurabh was before. The content was there, but he was a little shy while speaking. But I think Karthik, you've done a great job, taking Saurabh in live, and he is becoming fearless day by day. Amazing, Saurabh. So happy for you. Greatly shared, man. Amazing. Thank you so much. So we'll quickly move to the next speaker then. Just a second, let me see the speakers there. Gayatri Gupta, if you're there, ready with the topic.
Yes, Kiran.
हाँ, go ahead. I'll just spotlight you. आपका introduction भी दे देना वैसे, ठीक है?
Okay. Hello everyone. I am Gayatri from Pune. I am a homemaker and entrepreneur also. So मैं एक चीज शेयर करना चाहती हूँ. Actually जब after study आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन कभी मैंने सोचा नहीं था कि कभी बुक रीड करूंगी, पर मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्ट था, पढ़ने का बहुत शौक था, पर कभी फुलफिल नहीं हुआ। आफ्टर मैरिज, किड्स, देन जब मैं पीआईएम, विशाल और किरण के साथ आई, रश्मि जी सबके साथ मिली, तो फिर मैं बुक रीडिंग करना स्टार्ट किया। तो जब स्टार्ट किया तो अभी ऐसा लगा कि अरे अभी तो बहुत कुछ है मेरे में, और मैं एक्सक्यूज देती रही कि अरे अभी बहुत हो गया, अभी पढ़ना क्यों चाहिए ऐसा। तो अभी जब स्टार्ट किया पढ़ना तो बहुत बढ़िया लगा। अपने माइंड में जो भी था कि नहीं मुझे कुछ तो पढ़ना है, करना है, तो ये सब मेरा फुलफिल हुआ। तब आफ्टर बहुत दिन के बाद मैंने सोचा कि जब मुझे इतना इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, अगर बच्चे अगर ऐसे करेंगे तो बहुत ही होगा। तो ऐसे माइंड में सोच के मैंने सबके साथ बात करके अभी हम लोगों ने किड्स का बुक क्लब स्टार्ट किया 4 मंथ्स बिफोर, और 7-8 किड्स को लेके, जैसे हमारे फैमिली फ्रेंड्स को लेके हमने स्टार्ट किया, फ्रेंड्स के बच्चों के साथ। तो उन लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगा, बच्चे भी बहुत ये हो गए, नहीं हम लोग भी, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत अच्छे रिस्पॉन्स भी आने लगे। फिर धीरे धीरे वो बढ़ता चला गया, अभी 20, 25, 30 बच्चे हो रहे बुक क्लब में। बाकी सब इंडिया से, बहुत मतलब हैदराबाद, भुवनेश्वर, सब एरिया से बच्चे आ रहे, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। तो हमने जैसे बिल्कुल बुक रीड नहीं करती थी मैं, पर आफ्टर बुक रीड करके और वो अपने ऊपर अप्लाई करके फिर बच्चों के ऊपर ये किया, तो वो बहुत ही अच्छा जर्नी था मेरे लिए। और अभी हम लोग बुक क्लब का जो भी पेरेंट्स की तरफ से बहुत अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स आ रहा है, तो उसके लिए मैं बहुत खुशी हूँ। थैंक यू किरण, आप और विजय भैया और रश्मि जी, किरण की सपोर्ट की वजह से अभी बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है। थैंक यू।
Amazing, amazing, Gayatri Chachi. So Gayatri Gupta is my own Chachi, my Chachu's wife. So it's really amazing to see you grow because it's priceless. There's no money for that. And I've seen her before. Typical homemaker, very, very shy, doesn't speak to anyone at all. But yeah, when you connect with the passion with your kids, I think her hot button was her kids. And she really wanted to do something for kids. And
एक्चुअली
through
किरण, आई एम ए वेरी इंट्रोवर्ट पर्सन। मैं कभी किसी के सामने बात तो करना, कभी अपना नाम भी नहीं बोलती थी, पर नाउ आई एम चेंज।
I'm so happy, Gayatri. So you are an inspiration for a lot of ladies and women in India because many people do not come out just out of fear. And thank you so much for being that role model.
Thanks.
Great.
Thank you.
So we'll move to the next speaker then. So next speaker we can take Sahana. If you're online, we'll take you next.
Sure, Kiran. Am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
It was really nice to hear from Gayatri ji because we did a live session with her for one of her very, very beautiful topics a couple of months ago. And to hear her story is so inspiring, you know, because breaking mental barriers is such an important thing because we being so social also, we sometimes fear and lack that thinking, okay, will I be able to do it? But it is so amazing. And I'm really glad and proud that I shared a platform with Gayatri ji. And today, so many beautiful topics are being covered. But I want to touch upon one very, very important topic. And Vijay has always spoken about this in the Wheel of Life. And I just share my screen. Yes. So we have all of these 8 spokes, right? I mean, the different things that our life would consist of. And the most very, very important thing is, you know, you will be able to achieve all of this only if that one is there. That's health. So I'm talking about health today because I know the most crowded place on Jan 1st is all the gyms and all the parks where all people are working out. You know, like, okay, this year I'm going to go like, you know, size 0 and I will lose 10 kgs, 15 kgs or whatever goal we have. But what happens through time, consistency, it goes like second day, third day in the gym, it'll be like flies around. So, you know, to keep all of this aside, we need to make this interesting. You know, being healthy also can be interesting. It need not be boring. It need not be just greens around you saying that, okay, I'll become a cow and I will eat all of this. No, it isn't. It is a combination of beautiful things, which is our exercise, our attitude, our rest, and nutrition. So in fact, under PIM's umbrella, we have multiple health clubs as well. So under Kiran, we have Bharat, who is training us, Rashmi, who's training us. They're all our, I mean, Rashmi is our coach. You know, she's an amazing entrepreneur. She also has her own, workout sessions, including Bharat. Again, Bharat Supra run their own book club. Plus, they have a wonderful session. And the best part is we run a page where, I mean, we run a session where, the challenges that we give, the self challenge that we have, we can make it more interesting. So the transformational journey they're taking us through, no, it's more colorful, it's more enjoying, because we have a Telegram group and people post pictures of food. I'm like, oh my god, people are on diet and still such yummy food on their table. It's really nice. So health, I mean, it's very important because so many people were sharing, if we say book club, I was not used to speaking. We all leave that back in school or college. We leave it. In fact, myself, I'm a sports person, and for Diwali, Kiran had come home. We were spending some time, and I was like, oh my god, really? I was the one who achieved all of these medals, and I really want to get back to it. It's not about having a competition, but keeping ourselves fit. And this is the platform, I mean, under PIM, with Bharat Supras and Rashmi, Prakshal, all of these people are leading amazing health sessions. It happens once in the morning and in the evening. So take time out, because if you want to achieve everything around, in your corporate life or your family or your relationship, anything that you want to do, it's possible if you're healthy and happy. So when I speak about exercise, definitely our health club will help you in maintaining a good exercise schedule. And it's not like you're working out alone, where the trainer says do this, do that. No, it's going to be a group of people. Although we are all working out, we'll be at separate junctions, but we will be on the same screen, and we will have someone personally telling us, this is what is right, and you will be able to see someone else also doing. So that will be a motivation. So do attend do make it a point to speak to your host about what this health club is. The second one is our attitude. Definitely, like Saurabh was talking about, you're programming your mind, or you need to have a positive thought process, positive mental attitude. Then book club and PIM are definitely one major platforms. The third one is rest. It's not just about work all the time. Please, relax your mind, relax your body, have a good sleep. 6 hours of mindful sleep is very, very important. And the very, very, it takes over all the three, which is the nutrition. Eat good food, colorful food, and you can definitely include something. I mean, although you're in the transformational journey, you can still include something that will make it more tasty and more enjoyable. And definitely, because the more the food, the more you're happy. So, but the food has to be really right. And so this earn principle, is what we follow in our health club. And it's very important to keep yourself fit, especially with the current pandemic. I heard there's a second phase of all that's coming over. It's okay. Keep yourself positive, keep working out, be more active, because this is the time for you to show out your colors. So once you're back to office, you'll be like, wow, people will be like, oh wow, you really did something really nice in the pandemic. Let's not go back to work key, people said, oh, pandemic was so boring. No, let's not be that. Let's go back with a lot of health and happiness, and let's spread that to everybody, and let's make it contagious. I think in the video it was said that, right? PIM, it's contagious. So make health also that contagious, that you're more happier, and a very happy new year. So let's not be like all of the rest of the crowd who hit the gym 1 or 2 days and get back to sleeping on the couch. Let's stay consistent and continue being this. So that's what I wanted to share.
Amazing, amazing, Sahana. So I have to earn my health. Huh? Good. I learned it. Exercise, attitude, rest, and nutrition. Awesome. Now nobody will forget this. Great. And the best part, in fact, to do exercise is the biggest challenging task, because I will never get a kick out of doing just exercise. I used to always attach a goal into it. So what I used to do, I used to learn from Bharat and Supra, and he recommended me, Kiran, why don't you follow what you like? So I'm a sports person. Today I went with a brother. He's in town, and we went early in the morning. We played almost 1.5 hours of badminton, and we were like feeling accomplished, supercharged for the day, and like rip the world apart, and then follow the dream. And actually really works, because if you focus a little bit of time for your health, your whole day goes really well. So thank you so much, Sahana, for sharing it out. So now we'll hear Karthik. Karthik will going to share so important topic for all of us. Let's hear that out as well.
Yeah, thank you, Kiran. Thank you so much. So, as Sahana was mentioning, when we hit the new year, Jan 1st, one thing is we definitely think about health. And the second thing we personally, I personally though feel, but I don't know about others, is about finances, right? So I would like to take two or 3 points where why we need financial literacy from this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, and these points are like what I felt when I read this book initially, right? I still remember vividly my fifth grade marks were so less. Okay, even I feel bad about myself for seeing those grades. And my my mother called me in the living room. I still remember that scene, right? She told, see, my father is in a traditional business. It goes ups and down. Okay, so don't rely on these things. Do a job. Okay, if you want to get a good job, your life will settle. For that, you have to read well. That's all. No other questions, right? So from sixth, I really started studying very well. Okay, and I really got good grades in my school and college. I topped so many places. But after that, like when I read this book, right, like when initial chapter he tells, okay, it is a rat race. I was like, what is rat? What is race? What is he talking about? I was, and then it is like we climb up the ladder, like maybe corporate or whatever it is. We climb up we were so busy climbing up the ladder. Definitely, we have finance. We like get good income, but at the same time, our fear also increases. So I didn't know that. And he also tells like, see whether that ladder is leaning against the right wall. I was thinking only about the ladder. I never thought about the wall, whether it is right or wrong. Nobody told me this, right? So, and I literacy, we know, right? Education and all these things, it's very much needed. We really know this. But financial literacy, nobody taught me, and nobody told that you have to get financial literacy. It was again like when it tells about active income and passive income, that was a foreign word to me. Okay, like assets. Okay, money comes to you, it comes to your pocket. Asset. Money goes out of your pocket, it is liability. So simple. I was like wondering, oh man, Robert Kiyosaki is so simple in communicating these things. Still then I was thinking like, okay, buying home is an asset, because my mom used to tell, okay, we'll buy some house, it will be an asset for us. So then Robert Kiyosaki told it's a liability if you're paying so much of things. My mother is telling this, my Robert Kiyosaki is telling this, so society is telling this. What? It was like so much of confusion. It really like impacted my thoughts in I don't know what way, but I started listening to people who are really financially literate if they want to talk about finances. Like when Vijay took a financial literacy session, I thought, yeah, like Vijay is making passive income. He doesn't, even if he doesn't lift his hand up, right? His family is not affected. Okay, why not? Let me listen to him and learn financial literacy. So yeah, like these things were like very impactful, and it really was an eye opener when I read this for the first time. Yeah, thank you so much, Kiran.
Amazing, Karthik. Really nicely covered. I think this is a very important topic for all of us, because once we are aware of it, we take the right actions towards the right goals towards of our life. And finances is very, very important for every single of one of us. So greatly covered, Karthik. Thank you so much. So now this Karthik shared his topic. Let us take another Karthik. So Karthik Prabhakar, if you are available with the topic ready, let me spotlight you. Where's Karthik Prabhakar? Yeah, he's here.
Hey, Kiran. Hey, everyone. Hope you all had a good evening. So to start with, thanks for the opportunity to present my topic here. This is my first discussion on this forum. The topic that I have selected is actually from a book called Magic of Thinking Big. It's written by a great author called David Schwartz. The topic that I will be talking about is how to build confidence and destroy fear, right? So everyone, all of us would know what is fear, right? So fear is something that we would have all associated with in our life sometime at some point of time. So some people might have fear of heights, some people have water, and some people even scared of human beings, right? I mean, I literally I've seen people scared of other people, right? So So the question that we need to ask and discuss about, and which is discussed in this book, is actually fear something that it is actually there, or is just our mind playing tricks with us, right? So it is something very difficult to kind of judge. I mean, people around you might say that it's just you're thinking that you have fear. Don't worry, it will go away by itself and all that, right? So, but practically that's not the case, right? So fear is something which is real, and first thing we need to do is to acknowledge it, right? Fear is something real. It is as real as getting a wound from an injury and getting treated from a doctor. So fear is something that you need to spend time on, try to overcome it. There are tricks. So there are proven treatments, so which needs to be, which needs to be followed to overcome your fear, right? So, so basically, when we see fear, we also see people who are like confident, right? When I come to this forum and see so many people like speak their heart out, and I see these guys are confident. I mean, how come they're confident when they're talking to anyone, talking to strangers or any forum, right? Like Vijay, if you take him, right? So he's so confident wherever he speaks, right? So is this something he's not fear? I mean, do we think that Kiran, Karthik, or anyone who present in this forum, they didn't have fear? They would have had fear, but they would have overcome it, or they would have built confidence over time, right? So if they can build confidence, I think we can all build that too, right? It's not like confidence is only for an elite group, right? Confidence can be built for anyone, right? So confidence is very important to be built to overcome fear. So as such, there are 5 important points that David highlights in his book. So we'll go one by one. So the first point that he kind of mentions in this book is action cures fear. Action cures fear, right? So when you are always in fear, you actually kind of dwell over the topic or keep thinking about in your mind, but you don't take action, or you want to take action, but you keep postponing that, right? So what happens is this fear is like very strong in your mind, and when your mind keeps sending you negative thoughts because you have fed negative things in your mind. So for example, right, I mean, let me take my own example, right? When I was an youngster, so probably I think when I was 12 or 13, I started getting frequent illness, not major illness, but common colds, fevers and all that. It was like, it was a frequent one, and I used to skip school for a lot of time, right? So, and it continued in my college and all that. And I was like thinking, what's happening? I mean, is there something actually wrong overall, or is it something that I'm not taking the proper food or whatever it is? But I was still too young to even think about it. But when I came to the age where I realized that it's not just because of the surroundings, it's also because of me, because I'm not taking the proper food, I'm not giving any exercise to the body or anything of that sort to build my immunity. When I realized that, I started working on it, and with my exercise routine, I was able to overcome that fear of getting sick. And I am like, now I don't fear whether I get sick or not. I do my best, exercise and have the proper food. And yeah, I mean, I feel better now than before, right? So that's what the first point is: action cures fear. So please, whenever you have a fear of anything, right, just try to plan an action so that you can overcome it and in phases. Second point is make effort to put only positive thoughts in your mind, right? So you can, mind is like a bank, right? You can put whatever you want. You can put negative thoughts, positive thoughts. Negative thoughts leads you to bad feelings, and it will always lead you to like thinking negative about any sort of situation or put you into depression. But when you put positive thoughts, right, daily, you would have done so many good things, but so why don't you at the end of the day think about what are the positive things that happened to you today, and put all those positive thoughts back in your bank, right? And whenever you need it, right, whenever you need a motivation tomorrow, you can look back to your mind, and your mind says, okay, you've done all these things, you've achieved all these things, so you're capable of doing this. So that's a positive, positive emotion that is coming from your mind, right? So which is actually good, which will actually encourage you to go and do whatever you want to achieve. So make sure that your mind is filled with positive thoughts always. Just push out the negative thoughts. And as David mentioned, there's something called mental monsters. If you keep feeding your brain with negative thoughts, brain will become garbage of all your negative thoughts, and it kind of becomes makes you to feel like a mental monster, right? So Kiran, can I continue, or I hope?
So Karthik, let's do one thing. Why don't you summarize your current talk, what we have discussed, and then maybe we can take the part 2 in the next week as well.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just quickly summarizing what we discussed. I think, I mean, first thing is let's acknowledge fear, right? If you have fear, let's acknowledge it. There's nothing wrong in accepting that you have a fear of something. And first thing is let's look at what action you can take to overcome that fear, so that you have a plan 1, plan 2, plan 3 to overcome that fear. The second thing is, even if you have a fear, if you have a plan, and if you keep getting negative thoughts, just try to get out of those negative thoughts. Try putting even smaller positive things in your mind, so that your mind is actually fed with a lot of positive things, so that whenever you want to take some action, you know that you can do, you can go ahead and achieve that, right? So that's how you can start up your fear. I mean, you can start your journey to overcome your fears.
Amazing, amazing, Karthik. The level of confidence itself speaks. I can see the body language while you're speaking. The confidence level is too good, too nice. And the talk was also very concentrated. Definitely, I'll be waiting for you to speak in the next week to learn 3 more steps. I think 3 is left, right? We have covered 5 points.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting for that as well. Thank you so much, Karthik.
Thanks, Kiran.
Great. So we'll move to the next speaker. I think we have last couple of speakers. Quickly, we'll cover them. So Shiva, if you're online, you can share your topic. Shiva.
Hello.
Just a second. Go ahead, Shiva.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'll be talking about the learnings from PM. First learning is about financial literacy. See what financial literacy means. See what has happened when last time in that Vijay session that related to that financial literacy, how to we all create asset and liability. And one incident has happened in my home only last week. What has happened? In my TV, in my home, the television was not working. And what I have done? I have done that repair before by giving 10,000 to that unknown person, and it didn't last for 2 to 3 months. Again, it got the same problem. And what we and my wife told that instead of investing that, at least we invest for some good this one. A one-time investment, and we can take a new TV. And when we went to the showroom also to invest to check what is this one and all price and all, and we finalized the TV and we came back. And when I went there, my wife was telling this is good, that is good and all, and I was thinking that investing in electronic item is waste of money, and why not I can rectify that. And I went to one known person here in my this one only, and I checked him what is the price that to rectify that. He told me it's almost 5,600, 5,800, and he's a known person also. And after that, what I did, and I told Harry, you rectify that. And after that, I thought, Harry, if I would have been taken a new TV, it was like 66,000, and with 5,600, he's changing all the LED strips of that LED TV. And I was so this one, and I thought once when I went to the showroom also, like by investing in electronic item is waste of money. By with this financial literacy, I learned a lot, and from the PM this one also, and have some topics which I have learned from PM. This one, people need one reason to start commenting at you, but many reasons to follow you. Because see, when you're doing any wrong thing, the people are there to comment at you. When you're doing a good thing, no one will come at you that you are doing so good, those things and all. And the next this one is the third point is, don't teach about yesterday. Teach about of today. Don't teach out what you learned. Teach about what you are learning. This one. And this fourth one is, hobbies are for poor people. And what poor people, they'll think about their hobbies, and people who want to grow, they never think about the hobbies. They think about success. What I want to become success in any field. They think about that. And we keep distraction from our life. And finally, do a full and final settlement. See, when you're in a current job, and if you want to grow, and you do a full and final settlement, like how Vijay had told in the PM session, and you calculate that what is your earnings, and when you like 5 years from now, and what is your earnings, and what is your high goal which you're going to do, those things and all. it's like a really mind blowing this one. And in that also, and during a corporate this one also, how to manage your boss, and how you should behave with your boss when he is in a different stage, those things and all, it was a great learning. And growth is an intentional logic mind, rationalize success and failures. And our mind attracts more negative thoughts than positive thoughts. Whenever we are doing anything, what will happen, that our mind will attract first the negative thoughts only. We will not think about positive. Or if I do something good, if I want to do anything, first our mind, it will get into a negative this one. Like, if I want to achieve anything, if I will achieve or not, those things and all will come into our mind. We'll never think about the positive thoughts, whatever we are yet to do that. These are the key learnings, and many more are there, Kiran, for learning from PIM. Thank you, Kiran.
Amazing, Shiva. I understand there are a lot of learnings. When we keep on telling it, the list just goes on, and the punchlines which you have shared was really amazing. I really liked the awareness which you got, which probably you saved around 50K and maybe invested in the right place and time. So wonderfully covered, Shiva. Thank you so much for sharing. Great. So we'll take the last speaker on the shortage of our time. If Pramod, if you're online, is it possible for you to speak, Pramod?
Hello. Yes, Kiran.
Yeah, Pramod.
Yeah. I think my internet is not that strong. I'll try to, I'll keep the video off.
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Kiran, for giving the opportunity. Yeah. My name is Pramod, and I'm basically from Bangalore. Right now, settled in Doha, Qatar. I'm basically into supply chain consulting domain. Yeah, let me straight away enter into my topic. Today I'll be speaking about DISC. So I've done this DISC profiling around 3 to 4 months back, and so I'll just speaking about what is DISC and why you should know about DISC and how it will benefit you, and some examples so that you can able to easily able to relate to yourself. So DISC is basically it's a personality test where you will able to understand there are different personality styles, and the acronym of DISC stand for 4 personality style. As I mentioned, D mentions for dominant or driver. I stands for influencing and inspiration. S stands for D and stable. C stands for correct and compliant. And the knowledge of the DISC system, it empowers you to understand yourself first. It will also help you to understand what about your family members, your co-workers, your friends in a very profound way, and you can able to understand what other person is coming from, what personality the other person is from. And understanding the behavioral style helps you become a better communicator. It basically minimize, it will try to minimize or prevent the conflicts. I'm sure many married men, when we have an interaction with our spouse, there is some kind of misunderstanding. So when you do this DISC assessment, you will come to know what personality you are or what personality that your spouse is coming from, and then you can able to very easily, in fact you can exactly pinpoint what exactly is your state of mind. So I'll give 1 or 2 examples so that you are able to relate. For example, my DISC profiling, when I have done, my state of mind was C and S. So I'll tell you what are the main key characteristics or the traits of C and SCs. C means I'm more into compliant and steady type. Let me give you a high level understanding about what the traits of a person who is coming from C or S. As I mentioned, if a person is more dominant, he has characteristics of more of an controlling personality, or if the person is more of an I personality, he's more of an recognition. A person who is from a state of mind of S, is more of, he's more loyal, he's more acceptance, and the personality which is coming with C, it is more about accuracy. But if you see the actually it's a very, very vast topic. I cannot try to concise everything into a 2-minute speech, but in a high level, I'd like to tell 1 or 2 examples so that you can able to very closely see. Since I was not having a very good relationship with my boss or with my friends or colleagues. When I did assessments, example, when I was sending mails to my boss, since I'm a personality of C, I used to write lot of theory, lot of data, lot of statistics, and then I used to send mail. Whereas my boss is more about more of a personality of D. He just needs the bottom line. He just needs whether the decision is right or not. So after doing this assessment, I was able to exactly pinpoint what exactly the language my boss wants. Then the entire theory, what I was writing, it is gone. I'm just writing what exactly he wants, and I'm able to connect. It is very the kind of relationship we have. It is much more of an friendly now. So we go out, we play badminton together. We have the kind of relationship we have. It is much more of like a friends now. So to conclude, I just want to say the power of DISC is very, very, very powerful. It will help you in understanding yourself, understanding your communication style, what are your strong points, as well as also help understanding what other person wants to convey or what other person wants to communicate in a very profound way. Just to conclude, the only way to change is by changing your understanding. Thank you, Kiran.
Amazing, Pramod. We really missed your talk. I know every time book club starts, you are in the driving seat, driving in the car and listening, and going back to home. So today I thought at least let me take you in the end so that at least you reach home and can speak in a very better way. Really appreciate your commitment.
Yeah, I just reached home. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing, Pramod. Thank you so much. Great. So we are almost to the end. So I apologize for people I could not take. I know there were a couple of people. I think Prakash had a very wonderful topic. I think Prakash ka topic we can take next week, and that will be really apt the last week of the year. Prakash will share his excitement of PIM, of his journey with us. And we also had Rajendra. Rajendra ji prepared a very good topic on chapter 6 on Rich Dad Poor Dad. That also is a very good topic, but again, due to shortage of time, so it's actually you all have to help each other so that we can help everyone to speak. If we shoot our time, then somebody has to lose out, and we don't know who will lose out. But I am so glad everyone spoke really good, and topic was so good. But just to summarize everyone with my own talk, and before I call Prakash, or if Nazir, anyone wants to summarize the whole book club. Last week, we were discussing about time management, the myths about time management. And if you remember, can you help me summarize few points what we discussed quickly? Then we'll quickly go to the next crux of the time management myth.
So I would like to, Kiran, add up here. Like last time we discussed, like every time we give the excuses like I'm too busy, so I don't have time. So instead of that, instead of saying that, we should consider what my priorities are. So that thing we discussed actually last time.
Amazing. The crux of the discussion is stop telling that you're busy. Stop telling that you don't have time. Start telling that you don't have priority right now. You don't have priority to come here. You don't have priority to do that, do this. The moment you start speaking yourself, you don't have priority, automatically you'll start thinking about yourself. Then what are your priorities? This is not your priority. What it is, let me find out. So this is the first important point. So as Prakash helped me out, the fundamental point of understanding and prioritizing your time is your vision. Without your vision, trust me, the points which I'll be covering, it is redundant. Because if vision is not there, you're just living your day as it is. You're living the day as the flow goes, and maybe you're just waiting for death. That's all. But if you have a vision, then your priority, then the time management is actually making sense, because then you really will struggle to find out time, and you'll find where your time is getting leaked. And then coming to the next point, now before, I'm assuming that all of you are here, so you have some vision of your life to really go ahead and do something in your life. The next step is to accept the reality. Few years back, when I was pretty young, super fired up, I thought I could do anything in my life. I wanted to become a cricketer. I wanted to become this. I want to become that. I want to become successful in my corporate, everything. When I met Vijay, Vijay asked me, Kiran, what is your reality? Do you see yourself becoming a professional, creating, maybe representing in India? Do you see yourself there or not? If not, start prioritizing again. If I'm not going to play for India, why should I spend 8 hours, 6 hours playing for some match every single day or every alternative day and spending that time? I actually had time, a lot of time. And after that, I used to get tired. Then I used to watch Netflix, and then I used to work for office. All those things, when I used to work, I used to hardly have any time. Then I used to convince myself कि यार किरण बहुत मेहनत किया तुमने बहुत अच्छा काम किया, you did really good, and you'll become successful. It's like cloudiness I used to convince myself. But the moment I took another priority of doing my own business, I realized मेरे पास time कहाँ पे है, कहाँ से मैं time लाऊं? And that is when I accepted the reality, I started logging my time. And when I said logging my time, the moment every one of you would already have done money budgeting in your life, when there's something crux, you always budget your money. If you budget your time, if you just log your time, you will see the reality that most of your life is actually living the way you are living. And 80% of your work, 80% of your time is not being put where your priorities are. That is the reason you're busy. So that is the second step I did. And you don't have to log for 20 days, 30 days. Just log 10 days. From today till next week, just log your time. You'll see the magic. You'll see, oh, this is the reality of my life. And that is when you'll wake up. The third and important point is be prepared for interruptions. The beauty of life is that we used to tell Kiran, life operates on seasons. And this is the crux, because life operates on seasons. Problem comes when you take all the roles of life every single day. If you're a father, you have to put time for being a father. If you're a husband, you have to put a time for being husband. If you want to grow successful in career, you have to put time for being in career. If you're doing some business, you have to put time on your business. If you want to grow your skill, you have to put your time on education. There's so many hats you're putting. The secret is you cannot wear all of your hats every single day. Just choose the top two or three priorities and then plan your week. And this is an amazing thing I learned from Vijay, and he told me, Kiran, there's a secret. Don't keep it with yourself, share with everyone. And I'm telling you that if you're struggling to read books every single day, don't punish yourself. It's okay. If you can't read a book every single day, if you can't dedicate 15-20 minutes, at least accumulate those time and take one day off or take a weekend off, book a first half and finish your work and take it done. Let's say you have planned something for your family. Now it is possible that while in your daily schedules, you're finding very, very less time after your work, after your dreams, after everything, then you're hardly finding any time for family. Maybe that could be a temporary, but why don't you prioritize maybe this month, let's say today is December, let me plan at least 2 activities for my family or for myself. And the moment I started doing that, I took the important priorities and removed the other things from my plate and took those things as well. I didn't neglect it, but on my time which I had left with. And I used to love playing cricket. Now, the moment Vijay told you have to prioritize cricket, there's no option. Then I realized, acha, fir kya karu main? What should I do? Then I made a goal ki at least in a month, I will play 3 to 4 times cricket. And that could be anything, any single day. And I don't know which day it is. And the moment I made my mind like that, then easily I could find, in a month, I could find 4 or 5 days, and that 4 or 5 hours is easily found. So if you just see what kind of tables you're forming and then prioritize based on your calendar and do the most important task in your every single day task. And if you're left with some time, then dedicate from your activities. So while practicing, while implementing, it is not at all easy. I'm still learning. Try it out and see the magic. First thing you'll realize it is not easy to do that, because most of your time in last week, as I told, that there's a vertical alignment, right? There's a God, there's your family may your spouse or your parents, your siblings, and third is your job, and then fourth is your business or your dreams, activities which you're putting every single day. Now, putting that core values in your mind, you have to take decisions every single day, and that is the most difficult task. So try it out and let me know how it is working, because it has worked for me, it has worked with many other people, and it will create a magic for you. So before I end, I'll give you a short quote which I've learned very recently from Vijay and again John C. Maxwell. No credit at all. The quote is, don't major in minors. Don't major in minors. My major was cricket before, but cricket is a minor right now for me. I will never major in cricket anymore. So I have to prioritize. And that is how you find out your minors in your life, and don't major there, because that won't lead you to your priorities and goals. And this will give you most of your answer. And I hope my talk helped you out. And just to summarize all the talk, the first thing we realized is to check the vision of our life, the fundamental aspect. Second is to check what kind of resources we have and accepting the reality and limitations what we have. And the third, we discussed about preparing for interruptions, because life, allow time for, it's like flat tire. When you go travel, if flat tire comes, you can't do it, man. Just stop punishing yourself. Maybe use that time to listen to a podcast. How about that? Use that time to read a book, read an audio book. If you're going a barber shop, if you're sitting for that in line for 1 hour, forget it. Use that time for your education. How about that? If you have some, if you have someone to call in those time, use that unproductive time and call someone. Why do you want to wait to things to be perfect? Use smartly the time and see the magic behind it. So we talked about being prepared for interruptions, and we also talked about life operates on seasons. The problem comes when you take all the roles of life every single day. It is not possible. So accept that and prioritize all of your priority tasks in a week or a month, and just put a checkpoint to it. So this is what I wanted to share. I hope it added some value, and definitely if you can really implement, the magic comes here. So thank you so much everyone for listening, and this is about it. And before we end, definitely the last culture of our book club is to summarize the whole talk. So if Prakash, if Girija, anyone wants to pitch in and do some summary, Prakash, your stage is yours. And if anyone wants to add, they can also add in between.
Okay, so I'll share today's summary. So before going to that, I'm very much thankful to Charan and Kiran, who are invited me in the book club. And Kiran, one thing, like you don't need to apologize if you are not able to take up anyone. So actually, we should thank you thank you for the whatever knowledge we are getting out of this book club. Actually, even though we are not able to talk, we are able to take many things out of this book club. So let me start the summary. So today's session started by Charan's talk about the owner of the Paytm. He talked about Vijay Sharma. So he explained about how to stop giving excuses, then how to do entrepreneurship, and how to develop and never give up attitude. Then Lalita ji talked about what we can share in terms of time, money, and knowledge. So it is never a thing like that. We don't have a money, then we don't have anything to share. You have many things to share, which you can share. Then Raja Ramji talked about decision making, session learning, where he talked about goals, pains and pleasure, penalty for goals not made. And he also shared his dream about becoming an speaker, public speaker and mentor actually. Then Bhushan talked about power of spoken words, and he talked about how positive spoken words are affecting your day-to-day life. So I still remember the example given by Bhushan, like if you are tired and everyone saying that you are tired, you actually feel that you are tired. Okay. Then Rohit talked about PIM and book learning, book club learnings. He has many things to share. He was like a bullet train. He explained many things there. Then Girija ji talked about the law of rubber band. He explained about mindset of tension, and he explained about the fiscal. Then Nikita ji talked about 6 steps of making a decision, and the presentation was really impressive. So I am very much impressed out of that presentation. Then Savrab talked about answers topic or answers chapter from what to say when you talk to yourself. Then Gayatri ji talked about the kids book club. She started with, sorry. Then Sahana talked about the health, and then Karthik talked about the financial literacy. Then Karthik Prabhakar talked about the building confidence and destroying fear. So by taking the actions, you can destroy your fear. That is what he explained. Then Shiva talked about PIM learning, where he talked about financial literacy, giving his TV repair example, simple example, but it is really making a sense. Then Pramod explained his experiences about disc while he was driving. So, and at the very last, Kiran talked about myths of time management where he talked about vision, stop saying I'm busy, then sticking to your priorities instead of saying that I'm busy. Give importance to your priorities. Then he also talked about budgeting your time, logging your time, and to analyze where you are actually spending your time. Then he also talked about to become ready for the interruptions. He also asked us to list top 3 priorities and reading books every single day. And he ended his topic with the quote like, don't measure in minors. Okay. So that's all from today's book club. Over to you, Kiran. Thank you.
Amazing. I think people have got, I think the best portion I love about is when Prakash summarizes. People really get the value add. You know, if you have missed somewhere, you will actually understand what Prakash told, and it is amazing. Amazingly covered, Prakash. I think I love the way you summarize very nicely, key important points and everything. So before we just take a photo, I think I missed out an introduction. Who is that person? Sapan. I think Sapan, if you're online, if you can hear me, do. So yeah. So thank you, I don't know, Prakash, for summarizing the talk. If anyone wants to add anything, they can add. But before you want to add anything, let's take a group pick. And for group pick, let me call my parents, and I think they are here. They're listening. They're waiting. When will I call them? And I'll just make you all meet my parents here. I don't know if my brother is available or not. Let me check. Come. Kishan, you're there? At the conference call. People are so. So here are my parents. So I know, I think
I used to see them as a separate box in the Zoom, but now this looks perfect actually.
Wait, I think they can't hear you.
Yeah, now they can hear. I was telling you, we used to see them as a separate box in Zoom, but now the picture looks perfect.
Hi, uncle. Hi, auntie.
Hi. Good evening to all.
Good evening.
Great. So people who don't know who my dad is, so my dad used to serve Indian Air Force. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, good evening, everybody. I am Adian Gupta, Kiran's father. I had worked in Indian Air Force for 20 years. Now I have again second inning. I worked in a private company, MNC. It is 19 years. Now I have left the company and I am now taking rest now. Thank you all.
And
We'll meet you in person on Saturday.
Oh sure, we are waiting. That is our
Waiting too,
future.
uncle.
Yeah.
We are also excited. We are also waiting to meet you both, uncle and auntie.
But
and just to add, the third innings also started for the PIM book club, and it should be like another 19 to 20 years, right?
I'll try to.
Wherein we'll learn a lot, both of you.
Amazing. You want to share anything about?
Yeah. Amazing. I was listening everything. I was enjoying as usual. though I don't speak, or maybe I'm not able to speak somewhere, but I used to enjoy, and you can say in the wake up the scheme.
That's amazing. And as usual, my mom is very quiet. She's an introvert. Yeah, but she speaks. ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं बात करती है वो बात. घर में बात करती है बहुत.
She sings very well. She sings
Yeah.
really nice.
So that's about it. Let's take a pic quickly. Lalita ji, if you can switch on your video quickly, you can switch on. Karthik, you can. Acha, Sapan has raised his hand. Sapan, you can hear us?
Yes, Kiran, I can listen to you.
Awesome. Sapan, why don't you introduce yourself quickly?
Sure. My name is Sapan Kumar Maurya, and I am right now working with Shriram Group of Companies. It is a South Indian company, and right now I am placed in Delhi. I am handling the entire HR process and training process of